it's me, Bree McGee. Welcome to my little corner of the world, the cosy home of wholesomeness, and I hope your day is going swimmingly. It's good to be together, so let's get on with today's show. Now, the title of this video that you might have seen on the little picture, I can't think of the word, what they call them, hot wind, might bring to mind some unsavoury images, but that's not what it's about, let me tell you. A while ago I talked about a cinema visit I had, which I enjoyed very much, apart from the uncomfortable chair. But nonetheless, I had a great time. But I forgot to mention something that happened when I left the cinema house. The cinema. They used to call it a picture house. I'm mixing the two up. When you used to go to the cinema in my younger years, they used to call it the picture house, but now it's the cinema. Anyway, that by the by. As I left the cinema, it happened to be one of the warmest days of the year that day I went to the cinema, and it was an afternoon viewing of the film. And when I left the cinema and I walked out onto where the bus stops are, I walked around this corner and there was a mad gush of wind, but because it was a hot day, it was hot wind. Now, the only other time I felt hot wind was in the Sahara Desert. I've been in the desert and I know what hot wind feels like. I don't like that title, actually. I'm kind of wishing I'd used something else. But this gush of hot wind blew in my face and it just took me right back to the desert. It's such an unusual thing because with wind you normally think it's going to be cool or cold or icy even, but hot wind just felt all kinds of weird wrongness. It was strange, the strangest feeling. I can remember walking to the bus stop thinking, that's so weird, and it kept blowing on me, and I was thinking it's just not normal hot wind in this country. And I can remember thinking, oh, if only it was cold wind or cool wind even, it'd be so nice, because it was such a hot day that day. And it wasn't pleasant whatsoever. It was very, very unpleasant. And thankfully I didn't have to stand at the bus stop very long before my bus came along. It was only a couple of minutes. I was grateful for that, because it was actually making me feel a little bit ill, this hot wind blowing on me. Because I'm thinking about it, I can't catch my breath. I was going to say I couldn't catch my breath in that hot wind. Isn't it funny how when you think back to something, it has the same effect on you, even though you're just thinking about it? That's a whole psychological rigmarole, if you ask me. But now I can remember thinking, oh, I'm struggling to breathe and I really want my bus to come, and it did. It came after a couple of minutes. But I've not felt it since, thankfully, that hot wind, and I don't really want to feel it again. I've no plans of going back to the desert. It was great as a one-off. I've been once, and it was once is enough, because it was 50 degrees when I was there, and it was, oh, that's a whole different video. But we were nowhere near 50 degrees here, but the wind was still very hot and very, very unpleasant, and it took every bit of breath out of my body. I know I've seen some videos of people who have been stuck in the Grand Canyon, and I can remember them saying that you couldn't take a breath properly because it was so hot. And that's how I felt in this hot wind. I do not want to experience that again. But when I remember it and look back on it, I kind of laugh, because it was a bit funny thinking about it afterwards. But no, I just thought I would add on to the video previously about my cinema visit and what happened afterwards, because I totally forgot to mention it. But hey, it's given me the chance to make a video about it. Let me know, have you ever experienced hot wind, as in weather, before you start? Jokingly, of course. You know, it's just the strangest thing, and I imagine those who do live in hot countries or in hot parts of the country, wherever they are, experience it all the time. But it's just not something I took any pleasure from whatsoever. But let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and from my corner of the world to yours, cheerio, and mind how you go.